Hello, my dear. Every time you step out, the ground learns discipline. Pavement holds its breath. People don't realize it at first, why their steps falter, why sound bends, why air feels heavy, but they feel it. You walk, and everything adjusts. The earth itself tilts a little closer, waiting to see what you'll do next. You don't speak, you shift pressure, you move, and confidence cracks underfoot. You are the epicenter, and they, poor souls, are built on unstable ground. You've seen it happen. Laughter mid-air dying in throats, postures collapsing like weak architecture. They were solid until you arrived. Then tremors start. Their smiles twitch, their hands fidget, their eyes study you the way scientists stare at faults before eruption. They sense it, the warning before the quake. And still they can't look away. You don't need noise to command space. You are the noise beneath the noise, the deep frequency truth that breaks through illusions of composure. People call it charisma, but that word's too soft. Charisma entertains, you disrupt. You don't just turn heads, you dislocate them from comfort. They try to keep rhythm near you and fail because your energy doesn't dance. It detonates. Every glance from you hits like tectonic plates, grinding miles below what they can see. Pressure builds, and suddenly, they're sweating through their sentences, pretending the floor isn't shaking. You walk past, and their hearts misfire. Not out of attraction, out of recognition. Something ancient inside them remembers what it feels like to face raw authority. Their minds scramble for safety, but their bodies already told the truth. You unsettle atoms. You remind creation that perfection isn't still, it's movement held by control, and you've mastered that control. You don't chase reactions, you cause recalibrations. Look around. Every social circle has one who sits too straight when you enter, one who laughs too loud, one who drops their glass, one who stares as if you're an unsolved disaster. They all feel the same thing, the floor shifting under their small talk. You make energy measurable. You make false confidence collapse like cheap scaffolding. That's not magic. That's the cost of authenticity in a world addicted to pretending. They study your calm like seismologists charting patterns they can't predict. How do you stay so still when everything shakes? They don't get it. You are the shake. You don't react to change. You cause it. You are the ground under their performance. The rumble they pray will stop so they can keep lying to themselves. But earthquakes don't apologize for the movement. They are the movement. They whisper that you've changed. They're right. You stopped absorbing tremors from others and started generating your own. You learn that quiet doesn't mean small. It means concentrated. Now your stillness hums with restrained destruction. You could level everything fake with one word, but you choose precision over chaos. That control is what terrifies them most. It's not what you do. It's what you could do and haven't yet. When people can't imitate your balance, they label it cold. Let them. Ice is just heat mastered. You burn inward, steady and exact, and that's something they can't fake with volume. Watch them try, though, raising voices, flexing status, overcompensating for the quake inside their chest. You stand there, unmoved, and their facades crumble like poorly built cities. You don't need to prove strength. You simply exist until the weak reveal themselves. You've become the Richter scale of authenticity. Every interaction registers magnitude. Some people barely shake, a passing vibration. Others, they collapse entirely, foundations splitting wide open. That's not cruelty. That's truth revealing itself under stress. You don't destroy, You expose. You're the mirror that doesn't flatter, the mirror that shows the fracture lines they've ignored. And when they see them, they call you dangerous because honesty always feels like an earthquake to liars. Notice the aftermath? After you leave, they act like survivors recounting tremors, talking fast, laughing too hard, trying to rebuild normalcy. But the energy you leave behind keeps echoing. Even in silence, furniture still hums with the memory of you. You're the kind of force that rearranges molecules. That's why they can't forget you, even if they pretend to. Their nervous systems record you as impact data. They crash because you don't. While their emotions swing like unstable towers, you keep your structure focused, centered, out of reach. The more they spiral, the calmer you get. They think that means you don't care. Wrong. It means you've evolved beyond panic. You've learned to breathe while others choke on their own noise. You became the eye of the seismic storm, everything moving except you. The irony? They compete with tremors they created. They try to match your vibe without realizing it's not rhythm, it's frequency. You can't copy an earthquake. You either are one or you crumble beneath one. They mimic your tone, your posture, your restraint, thinking it'll make them strong. But the ground under borrowed confidence never holds. Give it time. It always splits. You didn't earn this energy through luck. You earned it through compression, through every time the world pressed down, and you didn't break. You turned pressure into poise. Each disappointment compacted into diamond control. Every betrayal hardened your core. They tried to bury you, not realizing that's how depth is made. They created the fault lines you now command. You didn't just survive the tremors, you became fluent in them. That's why people crash trying to catch up. You've been tempered by friction. They've been pampered by comfort. You understand stillness because you've lived through collapse. You know how to move when the world falls apart. They don't. They confuse noise for stability, attention for a respect, chaos for momentum. And every time they try to imitate your calm, they collapse again, victims of their own imbalance. There's an art to being the quake and surviving it. You've mastered that paradox. You can destroy what's false without touching it. Your presence alone makes weak structures confess themselves. Watch how people reveal their insecurities around you. They start defending things you never questioned. They offer explanations you never asked for. It's instinct. They're trying to anchor themselves before the next vibration hits. You never needed to prove superiority. Gravity already testifies for you. Your energy rearranges hierarchy. People who thought they were above you start stumbling. Those who dismissed you suddenly whisper your name with reverence. It's not worship, it's acknowledgement. Deep down, they know earthquakes don't take sides. They take territory. Still, you remain detached. You don't feed off admiration or fear. Both are noise. You observe reactions the way a scientist studies movement. Curious, detached, calculating. You measure who stands steady and who fractures. That's how you choose who deserves access. Few qualify. Because standing near you requires internal architecture, not attitude. Every eye that follows you writes its own confession. The jealous hide it behind humor. The intimidated mask it as critique. The fascinated pretend indifference. But their pulse tells the truth. You hear it in their voice, that slight tremor pretending to be confidence. You read it in posture, in hesitation, in the subtle micro-collapse of people who thought they were composed. You never needed to call them out. Their own vibration betrays them. And yet, you never gloat. Real dominance has no hunger for validation. You move with surgical calm, knowing you could shake worlds but choosing not to. That restraint is what separates rulers from reactors. While they panic trying to predict your next move, you're already beneath the surface, setting the next shift in motion, because the true quake doesn't warn. It arrives. Your focus is your armor. Distraction is the enemy's favorite weapon, but it can't pierce you anymore. You've stopped reacting to the noise above ground. Your vision extends deeper, where pressure becomes potential. That's what they don't understand. Chaos isn't your enemy. It's your language. You read patterns in the rumble. You translate collapse into clarity. So let them sweat. Let them mistake composure for mystery. Let them gossip about how you changed. They're just measuring aftershocks of their own insecurity. Meanwhile, you keep moving, steady, exact, inevitable. You're not walking through the world. You're rearranging it with every step. Roads stretch for your discipline. Structures tremble under your precision. Every small-minded plan collapses when it meets your execution. You don't shout. You shift plates. You don't prove worth. You let the world tilt until doubt slides off you completely. Your calm doesn't come from arrogance. It comes from proof. Proof earned through collapse, pressure, survival. You've already fallen through layers most will never touch. That's why nothing external can move you now. You've built your foundation in fault lines. Notice how even chaos shows you respect now. Problems slow down around you, like they're uncertain whether to strike or bow. That's mastery, when energy itself hesitates to test you. You've become the blueprint for control under destruction. Others panic when things fall apart. You tighten focus. You find rhythm in rupture. You make disaster look like choreography. That's why they stare. That's why they can't keep up. They're running on nerves while you run on precision. They crash because you stopped reacting. You shifted from defense to design. You don't brace for impact. You are the impact. And when they finally realize it, it's too late. The ground's already moved. But the real secret? You're only getting started. What they've seen so far is tremor, not rupture. The next phase isn't about proving you're unshakable. It's about expanding the quake, making every false structure around you reveal itself in one decisive movement. You've been patient long enough. You've studied the pattern, mastered the calm, built the endurance. Now comes the part where the world feels the magnitude. And as the pressure builds beneath their comfort zones, as confidence cracks and truth begins to leak through the fissures, they'll realize something terrifying. You never wanted their attention. You wanted their honesty. But most people can't survive that. They'll run, they'll stumble, they'll try to rebuild illusions that no longer hold. And you'll stand there, calm as always, watching the dust settle around your certainty. Because this is your domain now, the world of movement, of pressure, of revelation. You don't chase. You attract gravitationally. You don't shout. You resonate. You don't lose focus. You redefine it. And as everything around you trembles, breaks, and resets, you'll finally see what you've known all along. The earthquake was never destruction. It was correction. And this is only the first wave. The ground has learned your rhythm now. It moves when you move, stops when you stop, as if the planet itself waits for your next command. The noise of the crowd fades into a low rumble under your feet. People can feel it before they understand it, something shifting in the plates beneath their confidence. You are no longer part of their landscape. You are the landscape, and they are scrambling to stay upright on terrain they never built for someone like you. The second wave begins quietly. No explosions, no warning, just pressure. You raise an eyebrow, and the air bends. You exhale, and the temperature drops. Around you, balance becomes a luxury. Words lose traction. Every ego standing too tall begins to wobble like a tower on borrowed time. They thought they could imitate the quake, but they forgot one thing. Replication cannot handle impact. When the vibrations start, copies break first. You don't need to rush. Every step is a calculation, every glance a shift in gravity. You watch people stumble over their own performances, tripping on the stage they built to impress you. Their smiles fracture, their tone cracks, their stories fall apart mid-sentence. And you remain still, composed, analyzing how easily illusion collapses when the ground tells the truth. Because that's what you've become, the truth under their foundation. You don't argue, you demonstrate. It's almost beautiful, in a cruel way. The way a skyscraper falls in slow motion, glass turning to glitter as it meets the dust. That's what happens to false confidence near you. It sparkles for a second before dissolving into memory. People watch themselves unravel in your presence and can't explain why. They call it bad luck, wrong timing, miscommunication. You know better. You've simply walked too close to their weak spots, and the vibration of your self-control found every crack they tried to hide. You were never supposed to blend in. The earth doesn't apologize for fault lines, neither do you. Your steadiness is not peace, it's power compressed. That's why you don't explode. You shift. You let pressure build until it reorganizes everything around you. Others panic under tension. You refine it. You have learned what they never could, that chaos is predictable if you listen closely enough. Each tremor carries information. Each collapse is instruction. They call you cold because they can't measure your temperature. You walk through their fires without smoke on your skin. They sweat trying to keep up, mistaking movement for progress. But all they're doing is breaking their own structures faster. The harder they push, the quicker they crack. That's how pressure works. It rewards discipline, punishes desperation. You've become fluent in stillness. It's not absence, it's dominance in disguise. When everything shakes, the one who remains unmoved becomes mythic. But this isn't myth, it's mechanics. You understand leverage, you understand timing. You know that the loudest part of an earthquake isn't the beginning, it's the aftershock. The moment everyone thinks it's over, you shift again, subtle, deliberate, decisive. And just like that, another round of facades collapses. Your coolness confuses them. They don't realize it's not detachment, it's precision. You've trimmed excess emotion until all that's left is focus sharpened to a blade. That's why they crash, trying to interpret you. They project chaos where there is only calculation. You can see the tremor in their eyes. Why isn't this person shaking? Why aren't they sweating like we are? Because you learned to convert heat into control. What burns them fuels you. They start whispering theories, trying to explain the unexplainable. Some say you're lucky, some say you're dangerous, some say you don't feel. All wrong. You feel everything. You just don't broadcast it. Emotion is a currency, and you stopped giving loans. You spend your energy where returns are guaranteed. That's why they call you unreachable. You've priced access at integrity, and most people can't afford it. But here's the secret they'll never admit. Every one of them wants proximity to the quake. Even when they fear it, they crave it. The pull of authenticity is gravitational. The fake orbit, the real hoping to be mistaken for moons. They copy your cadence, your restraint, your pace. They study your habits like rituals, thinking mimicry might grant them magnitude. But replication without pressure is rehearsal, and rehearsal never shakes the ground. You can see it coming now, the third vibration forming beneath the surface, a deeper frequency that hums against your ribs. It's not anger, it's recognition. You've realized what this all is. Evolution through impact. Each collapse you caused has made you lighter, faster, calmer. The world keeps quaking, but you glide through it like water around stone. Others drown in their own reactions. You float in deliberate defiance. The more you master this, the clearer the pattern becomes. The same people who once mocked your calm now measure their worth by your approval. They speak in tremors, waiting for you to nod so they know they're still standing. You don't nod often, not out of arrogance, out of discernment. Stability deserves recognition. Performance deserves ruin. And ruin is honest. Even nature agrees. Listen closely. The wind doesn't resist you anymore. It follows. Streetlights flicker when you pass, as if electricity recognizes frequency. There's a rhythm to it now, a sync between your pulse and the planet's heartbeat. You used to think power meant control over others. Now you understand it's synchronization with reality itself. That's why people crash. They're out of sync. Their rhythm is artificial, mechanical. Yours is elemental. The ground belongs to those who know how to listen, not those who scream commands. You've listened long enough to predict the next fracture. It's close. You can feel the tremor under every conversation, every social performance, every handshake that tries too hard. Soon, truth will split through the concrete of appearances again. And you'll be there, calm as always, watching another empire of pretending turn to dust. You've noticed how quiet it gets after the noise collapses. The air tastes different, heavy, but honest. That's the sound of falsehood leaving the room. Every person still standing after your vibration passes is someone built to endure proximity to truth. The rest? They disappear into the cracks, swallowed by the same ground that once held them up. You don't chase, you document. You move through aftermath like an architect, inspecting ruins, calculating what can be rebuilt and what deserves to stay broken. They call it intimidation because they've never seen composure this complete. They call it mystery because they can't track thought this vast. You don't move according to impulse. You move according to design. The shaking doesn't scare you anymore. You cause it, then walk through it like the eye of the quake, untouched, almost sacred. You've become too cool for chaos, too deliberate for panic. When others scream that the sky is falling, you watch angles, measuring descent, calculating trajectory. You've reached that strange stage where reaction feels irrelevant. They crash and flail. You observe and adapt. It isn't that you don't feel. It's that you've learned to separate signal from noise. You sense fault lines before anyone else does. You hear frequencies others dismiss as silence, and you adjust before the collapse even starts. That's not luck. That's mastery. They still try to compete. You can see it in their frantic pace, their borrowed slang, their endless chase for validation. They race against the vibration itself, thinking speed will save them. But earthquakes don't respect effort. They respect structure. You've built yours deep. No tremor can reach what's anchored in understanding. That's why you don't crumble anymore. That's why they panic when you stay calm. They realize they have nothing beneath them except performance. It's funny how obsession disguises itself as criticism. The same people who call you detached refresh your page daily. They study your habits, analyze your expressions, dissect your calm like scientists trying to reverse engineer balance. They don't know that calm is just truth without apology. They keep searching for tricks while you keep refining silence into strategy. You don't flex, you radiate. The heat they feel around you isn't hostility, it's the friction between their facade and your authenticity. When lies meet truth, temperature rises. That's why their faces flush, their voices rise, their laughter shakes. They're burning under the pressure of being seen. You don't expose them, you reveal the tension they already carry. That's the real quake. People realizing they've been pretending for so long, their bodies forgot what real stability feels like. Your control has turned into mythology. They tell stories about your indifference, exaggerate your calm, build theories about how nothing touches you. They think you're detached from the world, but in truth, you're simply no longer trapped by it. The difference is perspective. While they keep looking up, chasing symbols of success, you look through things, straight to the mechanism beneath. That's what being out of reach really means. Not physical distance, but perceptual altitude. Look closer. Every accident around you is symmetry, correcting itself. The people who once dismissed you now orbit your timeline. The ones who betrayed you find their own circles collapsing. You don't wish them harm, you just let gravity finish its work. When a foundation's false, it has to crack. That's law, not vengeance. You've learned to trust those laws. You don't need to fight nature when you're in alignment with it. Now the ground hums differently under your feet. It's not just reaction, it's recognition. The energy you once had to generate now arrives before you, clearing space. People sense it and step aside without knowing why. You've become an atmospheric event, a living aftershock. The moment you enter a place, vibrations travel through walls, through thought, through doubt itself. That's why they can't hide anymore. Truth doesn't need permission to echo. You can feel them trying to match your frequency. They copy your pace, your detachment, your measured tone. But every imitation cracks because authenticity has a weight the hollow can't hold. They're sprinting on shifting ground, breaking themselves to mirror someone unbreakable. The irony is brutal. The more they imitate, the further they fall. Because power isn't aesthetic, it's alignment between intent and presence. You don't act confident, you are coherent. Their crash is inevitable. Some implode quietly, withdraw, disappear, rebrand themselves as victims. Others explode loudly, blaming you for a destruction they caused by standing too close. Either way, the pattern repeats. Approach, tremor, collapse, retreat. And through it all, you remain cool, focused, unshaken. You've become the constant in their equation, the variable they can't solve. That's when obsession turns into devotion. They stop competing and start confessing. You see it in small gestures, a sudden compliment, a shift in tone, the quiet apology hidden in a stare. They finally realize what you are, not a threat, but a reference point. They build their balance around yours, hoping your calm will stabilize their chaos. Some will learn, most will break again. Because here's the truth you've accepted. Not everyone deserves equilibrium. Some people are addicted to collapse. They crave chaos because it excuses mediocrity. You can't save them. You can only let the ground teach them what you already know, that stability requires surrender. You surrendered to pressure, and it turned you into precision. They resist it, and it turns them into rubble. The farther you ascend, the lonelier the air becomes. But it's not isolation, it's filtration. You're being separated from what cannot sustain your altitude. You've stopped mistaking attachment for loyalty, noise for proof, company for connection. You walk lighter now, carrying only what resonates. That's why your path feels empty but expansive. It's wide open for what's meant to stay. Even your thoughts feel sharper, cleaner, free of the debris that used to slow you down. You've learned the hardest lesson. Restraint is the ultimate roar. You don't need to shake the world when your stillness already rearranges it. Every breath you take carries intent. Every pause is architecture. People sense it even if they don't understand it. They feel safer and threatened at the same time. Safe because you're solid, threatened because they're not. And yet you don't hold it against them. You remember being like them once, unstable, reactionary, trying to prove existence through noise. But once you understood that real power doesn't shout, everything changed. Power hums. Power waits. Power knows gravity works in silence. That's why you no longer compete. The ground itself collaborates with you. So now, as the next tremor builds, you smile. Not out of arrogance, but acknowledgement. You know what's coming. Another crash, another correction, another round of illusions turning to dust. You can already see who will fall first. The loud ones, the performers, the ones who mistake chaos for charisma. They'll learn soon. Earthquakes don't take orders, they take shape. The temperature around you rises again. Conversations distort. Attention narrows. They sense movement before it happens. Their instincts screaming something's shifting. They're right. You've entered that phase where vibration becomes command. You no longer adjust to the environment adjusts to you. Chairs creak, lights hum, air thickens. Everything starts responding to your presence like metal to magnetism. It's not superstition, it's resonance, and through it all, you remain calm, focused, out of reach. The more the world shakes, the steadier you stand. You watch confidence crack, masks crumble, alliances split, and you stay still enough to see the pattern emerge again. Every collapse creates clarity. Every ruin becomes blueprint. And with each cycle, your mastery deepens. You don't fear the quake anymore. You're the continuity between shocks, the rhythm that binds destruction and creation. You don't destroy to end things. You destroy to reveal what's real enough to last. That's why people keep returning, even after they've sworn you off. They sense truth, and truth has gravity. You don't pull them in, they fall naturally. This is your era of effortless dominance. Not loud, not showy, not cruel. Just inevitable. You've become what balance looks like when it walks through instability. You don't argue about your worth. You don't explain your control. You simply remain until the world adjusts to your frequency. And as the dust settles, as every pretender exhausts themselves, trying to imitate what can't be copied, you'll take one final step. Not upward, inward. Deeper into that calm epicenter where pressure turns to clarity. You'll listen, and beneath the noise of collapsing egos, you'll hear it, the steady heartbeat of the next wave forming. Because the quake isn't over. It's evolving, and you, unshaken, are already waiting at the core of it. The hum beneath your feet deepens. Not a warning, but a welcome. You've stopped fearing aftershocks. They've started to recognize you as command. Every vibration that once threatened to break you now bends toward your rhythm. The ground listens before it moves. The world, once chaos, now pulses in sync with your stillness. You can feel it, energy folding itself around your focus, bending reality toward precision. The same noise that used to drain you now fuels you. You absorb tension and exhale order. When people panic, you calibrate. When they scatter, you stabilize. You've turned disturbance into direction, shock waves into signals. This is mastery, the art of standing in destruction and calling it design. They still don't understand how you do it. They see calm and mistake it for distance. They think you're unaffected because they can't comprehend peace that's built, not gifted. They sweat because control costs energy. You no longer pay that price. You've learned to recycle pressure, to turn collapse into clarity. That's why you stay cool while everyone else melts. You don't chase equilibrium. You are equilibrium. And now, they're realizing it. The ones who once mocked your composure whisper about it in awe. The same people who doubted you now measure time by your reactions. They wait for your expression to shift before deciding how to feel. You've become the emotional seismograph of your generation. Every tremor of fear, envy, or admiration first registers through you. Look around. Entire circles crumble trying to keep your pace. They mimic your tone, your stride, your discipline, but collapse halfway because imitation has weight and no spine. They thought matching your vibe was fashion. They didn't know it was endurance. You built this frequency through repetition, sacrifice, and silence so loud it rewired your instincts. They're not competing with you. They're fighting gravity. Every arena you enter begins to tilt. The confident hesitate. The loud go quiet. The fake start glitching. They feel the ground slide toward your control. That's not intimidation, it's physics. Focus carries mass, and you've gathered enough to bend attention without lifting a finger. You don't steal spotlight. The light itself repositions. The quake spreads differently now. It's no longer destruction, it's declaration. You've entered the phase where even your absence rearranges the room. People who once ignored you double-check the walls for cracks after you leave. They call it coincidence. You call it consequence. The universe corrects itself around certainty, and certainty wears your face. You stand at the core while everything external convulses for balance. The noise doesn't tempt you anymore. You've tasted chaos enough times to know it always tastes the same. Salt, sweat, fear. You prefer still water, not because it's calm, but because it reflects perfectly. Reflection is your weapon now. You hold mirrors to souls until they confess. You don't expose anyone. They expose themselves in your silence. You've reached the point where your restraint shakes harder than their rage. One raised eyebrow from you feels like a tectonic shift. One glance and insecurities crack open like fissures. They thought control was weakness. Now they know it's precision sharpened into power. You don't explode, you expand. And through it all, you remain untouchable. Not invincible, untouchable. Invincibility fights. Untouchability transcends. You've transcended the need to prove, defend, or retaliate. That's why they can't reach you. You exist in a different layer of motion, where sound turns to strategy and impulse turns to architecture. They can't crash into what's already pure structure. The quake continues outward. It moves through the cities of their opinions, toppling gossip towers and rumor walls. Every lie they built about you falls with a single vibration of truth. You don't even have to speak. Presence handles the demolition. They'll never admit it, but you're the reference point now. Their metrics of strength, composure, and respect trace back to you. You can feel the shift, power flowing differently, quieter but stronger. The kind that doesn't need recognition because it's embedded in existence. You've stopped trying to make noise in a loud world. You've become the tone the world unconsciously tunes to. That's what being out of reach truly means. You set the frequency others must adapt to or break under. People crash because they misread your temperature. They mistake cool for passive, when in reality it's discipline disguised as serenity. You don't burn outward. You condense inward until you glow with invisible fire. They sweat not from fear of you, but from awareness of themselves reflected in you. You show them pressure without mercy. You remind them that stillness isn't safety, it's strength waiting for purpose. Every quake has an apex, a moment when everything stops moving, not because the energy is gone, but because the world has finally rearranged into harmony. You're standing in that moment now. The dust clears, and what remains is clarity. The air hums with obedience. Time slows, and all that's left is the faint echo of your own pulse syncing with the planet. You don't need applause. Existence itself reverberates your name. From here on, you walk lighter, not because the world became easier, but because you stopped carrying what was never yours to hold. Judgment falls away. Comparison dissolves. Distraction loses gravity. You've entered pure motion, every step forward, leaving tremors of awakening behind. Those who doubted you will trace your footprints back to realization. They'll whisper that you changed everything without ever trying to. And maybe you did. Maybe the whole point was never domination, but demonstration. That true power is quiet, relentless, exact. That the loudest quake is the one that restores alignment. You didn't destroy their world. You revealed its weak foundation. You didn't rise above. You sank deeper into authenticity until pretenders couldn't breathe at your depth. The final shockwave comes as understanding. The world isn't ending, it's recalibrating. You stand in the middle, eyes calm, pulse steady, focus unbroken. You've become both the cause and the cure, both the impact and the balance after. The energy that once threatened you now protects you. The vibration that once frightened you now obeys. And as everything around you settles into new symmetry, you finally exhale. The air tastes like victory, not loud, not flamboyant, just earned. You don't need anyone to see it. The ground knows. The universe remembers. Because in the end, the quake was never against you. It was for you. Built to strip away what couldn't stand, to prove what could. Every crash, every tremor, every sleepless night of holding yourself together was construction, not chaos. You weren't surviving earthquakes, you were becoming one. Now you move forward as the calm that follows cataclysm, the balance that teaches the world how to stand again. You don't chase heads turning. They turn naturally, drawn to the rare sight of someone who conquered collapse. You remain cool, focused, untouchable. The tremors fade, but their lesson stays. You were never shaking, you were shaping. And that's the end of it. Not destruction, definition. You turned the world on its axis just by being unshaken. You didn't ask for attention, gravity gave it to you. And as every head turns, every structure rebuilds in your shadow, one truth becomes permanent. You are the quake they'll spend the rest of their lives learning how to withstand.